Hello, this video is going to be about a topic for an undergraduate dissertation. You can use it maybe some of the ideas for postgraduate dissertation as well, but I'm focusing on undergraduates at this point. I'm going to approach this using the 6 W's, which are why, who, what, when, where, and how. This W is at the end of the word, but I'll explain why I use this system. The why first is important because, well, it's important to me because throughout the years of spending hours marking dissertations, I discovered that a lot of students never think about going and getting their feedback. You know, that you're about to graduate and you worked really hard for 3 years and you had enough. And you want to go out there and work, and the last thing in your mind for many of you is how, you know, I've got my mark, and most of you get your marks at least, and you know you passed, that's why you got your degree, but very few actually go and collect the feedback, which suggests to me that students haven't thought, why am I writing a dissertation? So let's think about the why. Well, the obvious reason why a lot of you think you're writing a dissertation or you choose to write a dissertation is because, well, you don't choose, it's part of the degree. So the why is, well, I want the degree at the end. I'm asking you to rethink that why and try to analyze really why you are writing a dissertation. I'll give you an example. If that was me, I would be thinking, well, okay, I'm writing it for my degree, but also I'm writing it to get a damn good job. How can you get a better job with a CV? It could be that you get the same job, but faster, better paid. You break through the noise of these hundreds of people graduating with the same degree as yours. So with the why, I'm thinking, I've got an end purpose in mind. So I'm thinking, now that I know that I'm writing this also as a future weapon, I'm going to try and choose a topic that will align with my dream job. Now, my context and my work has been in hotels and restaurants. You might want to work in events. Somebody else might want to go and work for a major retail brand. But all of us have some idea of where we would like to end up. And I know I've got a lot of students who think marketing is amazing, so I want to work in marketing. But other students love working face-to-face with people, and they're thinking operations, and so on. So those of you who are thinking marketing, the why has already given you a suggestion as to roughly where your topic should be. Now let's grab the who. Let's attack the who. Who are you writing this dissertation for? Your tutors. Sure that you got to pass your dissertation to get your degree. First and foremost, you're writing it for you. This is a big part, and the last big part of your degree. So you need to be excited about it. So you need to inspire you daily, even when you're tired with it, even when you want to grab that book and bash it on the table. The second person or people are your close family. You want to showcase to them what you did. Now, you don't want to give them 10,000 words, but when you finish your 10,000 words, maybe you want to send them the abstract and say, Mom, Dad, my best friend, here, this is what I did. That's for a little bit of happiness in you. The other who is the potential employer, if we follow the trail of the why. So you want to have a shorter version. That's why you want the feedback. You want the feedback because you want to make a 1,000 version, an extended abstract if you like, which you can also attach with your CV when you're applying for those dream jobs. At the very beginning, later on when you have years of experience, you won't even need this, you won't even remember. Your degree will start dropping maybe in your CV, and you'll have so much experience that doors will open for you. But at that beginning, think of the who. And I'm going to just stay on this. There are other stakeholders, but I'm just going to focus, just stay with this. Stay with yourself, your close ones, and a potential employer. So here comes the what. We almost have answered what I'm researching from the why, and the who. If you accept my philosophy that your degree needs to also be a weapon, not just a little book that gathers dust on a shelf after you collected your degree. So what is the big question? What am I going to research about? Well, I said I want to work in events, so it's got to be something about events. I said I really like marketing, so it's got to be something about marketing and events. And I said that I'd like to impress future employers in marketing, in events. So what has to be something that is not mundane? It cannot be something that's been done to death, that somebody in industry will see and say, ugh, so what? So that what starts generating the idea that my work, even though undergraduate, could still be original. Now, if we were talking about marketing, one of the areas that industry finds they don't have time to research yet, it has taken some of their power away, is social media, for example. And you can focus on a new platform of social media, so it can be a case study, a platform that not much research has taken place. So that gives you an amazing opportunity to come up with a research. You know, everybody has killed TripAdvisor, Facebook. All of those platforms are super done. But what about the newer platforms? That could be another starting point, the what. Now let's touch on the when. And why when is important? Well, what do you mean when, Yanis? I'm right here, I'm right now. Well, your topic can be about now. And if you look at how journalists are writing, they're always writing about things about today. So if you look at the Thomas Cook story, and how Thomas Cook, those of you who are not in tourism, I'm sure you read the newspapers and you saw how Thomas Cook got bankrupt after close to 200 years of operation, 175 if I'm correct. And basically at the very beginning of the story, the articles in the news are focusing on the consumer, the thousands of people that are stranded in different countries outside of the UK, and how the government is going to fly them in and the rest of it. As the story progresses, and the now and the when the now changes, you see now the news are focusing on the suffering of the businesses. So the focus changes as the story evolves. In your case, the when could very much be about now, and that's absolutely fine. And you can be looking at the latest effects, if we use the previous example of social media in a particular platform for a particular context, and I think I used events as the example before. But it could also be about the past. You could be looking at a historical approach, or it could also be a chronological approach where you go from the past and you are looking at particular segments of time to try to make a decision or to try to come up with findings about your particular topic. I'll give you an example. If I was going to research, I use the example of the social media, and you say, social media is all about now. No, we can investigate the evolution of social media marketing for events. And if we are investigating the evolution, we can look 20 years back, or 10 years back, or 15 years back. If you can get evidence, and there are ways where you can get evidence now, because a lot of this information are archived, so you can go and dig and research and look at how social media are integrated on websites, for example. And you can look at websites of big corporations and how they started and later started integrating, let's say, Twitter. We could take Twitter as a platform, and did they start integrating feeds of Twitter on the website? And then you can make even predictions for the future. So the when is important. It can give you ideas of how you're going to come up, and we'll come later to the how you're going to come up with a topic. So the fifth W is the where. Where are you going to be doing this research? It's important because it could be a study that looks at a small island in Greece, or it could be in London, or it could be whichever city, whichever country. Now the where is important because you also have to think of access. So a lot of you might think, oh, I am from Greece, from Leros, I will research Leros. But can you access the people or the materials that you're going to be researching? Or is this a dream that I would like to? So if the answer is yes, I can access that very easily, and the reason why I'm choosing that particular destination is because I have access, then that's great. But the where is your research based is very, very important. And you got to think also the where are you right now? You're in the UK, you're studying for a degree in the UK. So some of you are asking, can I use sources from other countries? And my answer normally is, if you cannot cite them so that the reader can understand them, so if it's something written in Chinese and you're citing a Chinese article, if there is no English version, the answer is no. But the answer is not no for your topic, because you might read that Chinese article, that Greek article, that Italian article that might not exist in English, and that might give you an inspiration, especially if you are looking at statistical data, for example, in a tourist destination in, I don't know, Italy. Okay, so the where is important. Then we're left with how. Yes, this is all good, very philosophical. How am I going to do all this? I've answered the why, I've answered the who, I've answered the what, I've answered the when and the where. Now tell me how. Tell me how. Okay, I'm not gonna start singing. I'll tell you how I would do it, and maybe that will help you a little bit. Once I've decided on all the previous parameters, I hit the online library. Okay, I hit the online library and I've got keywords. I've already had keywords with events, and I had keywords with the country, and I said Italy, I think, and I had keywords with marketing, the context. So I can combine these and I say events, marketing, social media. I think that was another keyword through my idea generation. And Italy, okay? Social media, marketing, events, Italy. Let me put all those keywords in one line into the online library and see what comes up. Nothing comes up, or the stuff that come up are crazy, or too much stuff comes up. Well, let me remove all the other type of sources and keep only journal articles for now. So I'll remove books, I'll remove magazines. If you're lucky enough and you get an article that looks interesting from the abstract and you read it through, you will also get suggested further research. That can be a beginning. If you're unlucky, you start shifting around your keywords. And the thing about keywords is that they're alive. So the moment you put one keyword in, it generates other ideas and other keywords start popping up, and you find out actually other people talk about the same thing that I want to talk using different words. So you discover those keywords that are going to start building up a list of papers. And the reason why I'm focusing on journal papers in this video is because they tend to be more topical than perhaps a textbook. Although you can find textbooks that might be 1 year or 2 year old, and they also might give you great inspiration. So there you go. There are other ways on the how. You could, if you had the marketing, you could pick up a marketing text and textbook and look at the sections, and as you're reading and you're finding, oh, okay, marketing comprises about, this is marketing 101, doesn't have to be a complicated textbook. And you look at the different segments of what makes marketing, and then you say, that particular, I want to be a specialist on that particular segment, and that's where I'm getting my topic idea from. Take long walks, take time to think, take time to reflect. Having done a little bit of this, you will be amazed by the ideas that are going to be generated in your mind. But always be passionate and be excited about what it is that you're researching, because that is what defines us. Our work defines us. We are not defined by titles. We're not defined by jobs. Our actions define us. Your dissertation is going to be one of these major pieces of action. So treat it accordingly, tell the world who you are, and just go and conquer the world.